Hi, it's Megan.
And it's Bree.
And we just want to talk about TV.
Welcome to our podcast,
Unseriesous. Each episode, we're going to cover a TV show, new or old, and have a silly little conversation about it.
So grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's get unserious.
With a little Ted Lasso thing to say. I feel like I always need to think about these. Oi! Welcome back to Unseriesous. I'm Megan.
I don't like that.
And I'm joined by my co-host Bree and our friends Julia and Jade.
Hey.
Welcome to the pod.
Say hello, be excited.
Yay!
Thank you.
So, if you couldn't tell by my really incredible and on-point Roy
I couldn't even tell.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. I thought he was here, and I got a little scared.
We are going to be talking about Ted Lasso, but first I wanted to ask our guests if they had any shows, movies, music, anything to recommend, or just anything to share with the audience that they think it might be interesting.
This is actually news to my friends also, but I'm expecting.
Oh my god! With whose vagina?
Expecting what?
Expecting what?
An infant.
What? What if this was how you told us?
On the pod.
Guess what?
That'd be
pretty good.
Yeah. No, I'm not pregnant. I'm watching The Lesbian Ultimatum, and it's awful and it's so good. And I'm watching, I just finished the Lula Rich documentary, very good. I just watched The Imposter, really good documentary.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
It was really good. The Queen of Versailles was really good.
Shoot.
I'm in
nonfiction
nonfiction mode right now, because I haven't been in a while.
Well, Noah Kahan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
I love crime. And I've been watching this show called Upload.
On Amazon Prime. No, but I know about
Yeah.
it.
Oh, it's with what's his face?
Robbie Amell, right?
Yeah. It's interesting.
What's that about?
They die and then they get uploaded.
That's like that episode of
So,
Black Mirror.
And they're AIs basically, but then
Yeah.
I think the point of the show is they're trying to re-download them
Oh.
Into real life.
into real life, but I haven't finished it, so.
It's like
Great.
not
Keep us
completely,
updated.
but it's like Good Place-esque, right? Because it's like afterlife type of stuff.
Yeah. It was fun. And I just started The Lesbian Ultimatum. And
Yes.
I'm scared.
And I'm
It's
scared.
so silly. Like, they're so silly. And they make me giggle.
Chuckle.
They do make me giggle because they're so silly. But that's all I got going on.
Mhm.
My infant child and the Lesbian Ultimatum. So,
The big
My infant child.
September 25th.
On your birthday.
You share your birthday?
No, I'll have to
You have to give your baby away.
I have an adopted out, or whatever you call it. Put it up for adoption.
Put it out. Adopt it
I
out.
always say...
I can't have the same birthday as my baby.
No, I cannot. But
You'd have to draft
my
them.
cousin's allergic to peanut butter. Sorry, this is a side story. My cousin's allergic to peanut butter, and I always said if my child was allergic to peanut butter, I'd have to get rid of it. Like, there's no other option. I love peanut butter.
I do
More
love
than I
peanut
love my
butter.
firstborn child, officially.
All right,
Yeah.
that's fair.
That's on record.
That's
I'm gonna show this to you first.
To my firstborn child that I adopted out.
Yeah, that you adopted out,
When
that you
he starts
drafted
looking
into.
for me, and I drafted. The other day, we got drafted for Fletcher.
Wait.
Lesbian agenda. Sorry, that got derailed a little.
No, but that's funny.
Well, because I was trying to think of the word of like a raffle, and I was
Yeah.
like, I think you have to get drafted for the Fletcher concert for the gay agenda.
Drafted.
You go to gay war.
You got a gay war.
That's the gay
Fletcher's
agenda.
there. Yeah.
But yeah, so we were drafted for Fletcher, and I'm pregnant, so.
Big things happening.
Yeah. All right, Bree, what about you?
I'm going to talk about a little podcast called Gayotic, which is Muna's podcast. And I really enjoy it. And they're goofy, silly.
They're so silly.
They're so silly. And like, I don't even know the guests sometimes, but I still listen. And
interesting.
like, it's still funny because they're just so, and they're dynamic, all three of them together.
It reminds
So
of
funny.
us a little bit.
Yeah, literally. They're so unserious. They make like
They just say
They
stupid
talk
shit.
about things that would not happen.
Right,
like
you know
all
how we
the
do that?
time.
Like we
and
make
they
up like
just
fake
keep going.
scenarios and they just like play off each other and that's what we
I'm
do.
like, that's literally us.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sponsored by Muna, thank you.
Yeah, Muna. I was gonna talk about Muna.
We collab. I don't know how you collab on a podcast. They'll come on ours. We'll go on theirs.
Yes. Muna.
Yeah.
The Laugh Lesbian.
Live Laugh. That's the name of our collab podcast. Live Laugh Lesbian and Megan. Ally.
That's Live
funny.
Monet.
And Megan. And Megan, what about you?
I want to talk about a little show that I think everyone who's seen Ted Lasso should watch if you haven't watched already, which is Shrinking.
She's on it again.
I'm on it. Shrinking is written by or created by what's his fucking name? The guy who created Ted Lasso, Bill Lawrence, who made Scrubs and I think Cougar Town, and he made Ted with Jason and Joe and Brendan. But he also co-created it with one Brett Goldstein, Roy Kent. He's one of the creators of Shrinking. Yes, he's one of the actual creators
right now.
and writes for it too.
Sorry, the podcast
and it's
canceled. We have to
yeah,
watch Shrinking.
it gives you the same like warm feelings as Ted Lasso.
does?
It does. It really does.
And it has like the lessons and like the
Kind of, yeah. It's more about like, so the premise is it's about a therapist, Jason Segel, who's kind of like dealing with grief, and I don't want to give too much away, and he's kind of closed himself off, but he's also, you know, trying to give advice to other people, and he kind of starts doing it in an unconventional way, kind of getting a little too involved in some of their lives, and it's really great. There's like a really great cast, like him and his daughter I think are one of my favorite parts of the show. Harrison Ford plays his kind of mentor therapist, which is really cool, and like Harrison Ford is such a particular person that like you don't imagine in kind of like a show like this, but he's amazing.
Is that Goldie Hawn's husband?
No, that's
not Han Solo's husband.
Here we go
He is
again.
Han Solo.
Husband.
No, just Han. He's just
Han Solo's husband.
Yeah.
Yes. So highly recommend it. Like I said, same writers as Ted. If you're looking for something to give you a little bit of a Ted fix, it has the same warm softness as Ted. It's very funny. I think I love a good ensemble cast.
Thanks
They're
for that
great.
rec. That's
yeah,
a good
for
one.
sure. And it's only a season right now. They're renewed for season 2,
Oh,
so you know you're gonna get more.
That's my type.
But it's a quick little binge for now. 10 episodes, about half an hour, and I highly recommend it. It's on Apple TV Plus. Sponsored.
Yeah, we're sponsored.
Okay, cool. Anyway,
Anywho.
now to the point of why we're all gathered here today, our own other Apple Plus TV show, Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso simultaneously saved my life and ruined it all at once.
And I'm
Oh
going
my
to tell you
God.
what it's about.
Sorry.
Okay.
No.
Ted Lasso is a comedy on Apple TV Plus that follows an American football coach who decides to move to the UK to manage a European football club, AFC Richmond, even though he knows nothing about the sport. Despite this, he inspires and improves the lives of everyone he meets with his unrelenting optimism. But beneath the surface, Ted is also dealing with his own struggles regarding mental health, along with his divorce from his wife and living across the ocean from his son. In the season 3 finale, we see Ted make the decision to move back home to Kansas as the Richmond Greyhounds face their rival West Ham for the chance to win the Premier League title.
Wow.
Bum, bum, bum.
That's drama.
That is drama. You eating a biscuit over there?
Are you eating a biscuit?
Are we having biscuits with
Where
the
did my
besties?
biscuits go? Oh my
There's
god.
one right there.
I'm losing my mind. I have some, thank
Give me a
you.
little ASMR.
I don't want to take yours.
But sharing is
I'm sharing is caring. Okay.
ASMR over here.
Oh my god.
You hear it?
I did hear it. So yeah, we want to just get into it. We think that this was the end, but unfortunately, we don't know if it's the end. And I think that's what drives me nuts.
I disagree with you.
Okay.
I think it's amazing. Like, I know me and you have talked about a lot, like, is it the end, is it not? I just want to know. I feel like not knowing adds a lot of, like, power and oomph to the ending, because it's like, you don't know. Like, you want to not know what's going to happen in a show, and if it's ending, you know. If it's not ending, you know.
Yeah.
But for this, it's like,
Could we get more? Could we
yeah,
not?
but I think it ended in a way where it could be the end, and it could
Yeah.
not be the end.
Yeah, and
For
either
sure.
way it goes, like, it'll be good.
Yeah.
And I'm happy. But I think that a lot of my favorite TV shows have been ruined by too much content.
For sure.
And I hate that. I hate that. So I would be okay if I'd be sad, but I'd be okay
Yeah.
if it ended because I don't want it to be ruined. Like,
that's how I felt, and that's why, I mean, I don't disagree with what you said at all. I think that's a very good point. But I like kind of knowing when it's coming. I would have been fine with it being 3 seasons, even though being sad, but I wish I kind of had a little bit more of like a closure, like, okay, this is it. So I feel like shows that do that, like I think Schitt's Creek is a great example because they had 6 amazing seasons. They decided to end it on their own. Like, they didn't get canceled. Nothing else happened. They were like, no, we want to go out on a high. And I think it was like a perfect show, which is very rare.
Yeah, Community kind of did that too.
Yeah. Well, didn't it get canceled?
But
I don't know. Community's kind of it did end.
It ended, but it was canceled.
Yeah. And I feel like it's rare to end a show on your own terms, which I hope is what they do, no matter if this is that or in the future it's that. I don't want it to go past its expiration date, which is funny. Brett Goldstein, I watched an interview where he's like, people always say that we don't want you to keep going before it gets bad. He's like, well, that's just assuming we're going to get bad at our jobs. And I think it's really funny, but it's fair. Like, you don't want to have too much because then you start to resent it, like Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Law and Order SVU.
The ending was so like realistic with Ted going back. It would be dumb if, I don't know. I just feel like
what's next?
Like,
right.
It's like
you go all the way home to go be with your young son.
Yeah.
Because that's like when you should be with them.
Yeah.
And then like, I don't know how they would, unless they just did a spin-off where it's just the new, like, the 3 they showed.
I feel like the only way they could have more is if it's like basically a spin-off.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't be mad about.
Yeah. I just, Ted won't.
But then I feel like it's not Ted Lasso anymore.
Can we, so let's say we talking about Ted, he left. We know that. They said it was kind of the end of the arc that they were trying to go through. Are we happy that Ted left? Are we happy with that ending?
Yes.
I have a statement.
Are we happy Ted
You have a statement.
Ted's son is a bitch.
The real enemy is Ted's son.
Oh my god,
it's a little boy.
Yeah, Henry's a pussy. I didn't have dad, and I'm fine. Grow up, Henry.
Henry didn't even ask. It was Ted feeling like he should.
Because every time Henry called, he was like,
Well,
Because Henry's a sad little boy.
do you think Ted felt like he should, or do you feel like he wanted to?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Personally, I
like,
get
"Fuck
it.
my son."
I get
No.
it. Like, you want to be with your son, but personally, especially with like the open ending with him and Michelle, like that frustrated me because it was like he felt like he had to go back to like I don't know if it's open, so you don't know if him and Michelle are just co-parenting better or they're kind of implying that maybe they're going to try to work on things because she was kind of like feeling a little bit more connected to him in that one episode where they were kind of looking at each other through the window. And I feel like it's giving. Like, let's work this out for Henry, which I feel like is not what you're supposed to do.
I didn't get the vibes that they were going to get back together.
I
don't know.
I didn't either. I think they are just like friends and like can co-parent together well.
100%.
Like,
but they were really making us hate her boyfriend.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Suck.
Fuck that.
yeah, they really were.
Yeah.
He was like
Fuck that
texting on his little phone, playing his little pool games.
So I feel like a really good way to kind of imply that they both moved on would be not, you don't have to be with another person, but by giving her another love interest,
that we don't hate.
They make it feel like, okay, now she's moved on. Maybe eventually he will move because he was trying with Sassy and stuff. But I don't know. It's ambiguous, and we can kind of create our own little will they, won't they? But I really hope they won't.
Ted said, "Fuck my son. My new son is Jamie Tart."
I could talk about that for hours. Let's do it.
Jamie.
The dartboard in Jamie's childhood bedroom. There's him. One of my favorite callbacks to season 1 was Jamie doing the little like distraction. I don't know if you guys remember this in season 1. Ted was trying to get them to play up like you want to act like you really want the ball, so the team will think you're gonna want to get the ball. So you have to be like, I want the ball. Give me the ball. Please give me the ball.
I didn't realize that was a callback.
Yeah.
I saw
and as soon as he did that, I was like, because Jamie did it exactly like Ted did. I was like, that's his son.
Yeah.
Right.
That's his son.
I won't spend the whole podcast talking about my Jamie Ted father-son bond.
Jamie Ted.
Yeah, fuck Henry.
Oh my god.
Also, Henry's favorite player is Jamie. He's number 9 on his own soccer team, and he was wearing Jamie's jersey.
All these like little things make me so happy. It's such a good show. I feel like Brie, this is something Brie has told me many a time, and I disagree with Brana, and I've never said it out loud before. I don't think that what they're saying is silly goose. I think that what they're saying is so valid.
Oh, I said one scene.
Oh.
What scene?
The one where they're talking in the locker room about, like...
Girls.
I just feel like that was very, like... No, they wouldn't talk like that. I don't know. But, like, and I feel like the example was just dumb. I don't know. I just didn't like that scene. Is the only scene where I'm like,
it was like after school special, like too much.
Yeah, it was just like it just felt very like it felt very forced. Like like I did not feel like they were. I don't know. That's my one like.
Right. So this was when the
it is a very pure show where they all talk like
perfect and wonderful and always.
Wait, I'm trying to like explain what we're talking about. We're talking about the scene where they find out that photos have been leaked of a bunch of people. Then they eventually find out that Keely was leaked. So they're kind of having a moment of like, be protective of the people you're with. Like, don't keep photos of people you're not with.
I guess that's true.
The dialogue is so funny if you listen to it. Right. It's just like, what are you
They're like, no, those are my pictures. I'm going to keep them. And then someone's like, no, that's not
the worst acting on the show. I think like the dialogue was awful. Like that's the one problem I have.
It felt like they had to put it in to teach a lesson about nudes.
Which is honestly fair because you don't see that. Which I liked the idea of it, but maybe the execution could have been stronger.
Like I feel like it's good to talk about. I just feel like it wasn't like executed well.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. But I do like, in a way, again, I think the way it was written maybe wasn't the strongest, but I like that they showed a bunch of people, like, not getting it at first. Because, to be fair, like, we do have a show where it kind of does wrap things in a bow, which I don't think is wrong. But, like, to have a bunch of them kind of resist it first or not technically get the point is more realistic.
Yeah,
and
like
then they're kind
everyone
of like,
in that room agrees.
And I like that they do get things, because I think people make seem that it's unrealistic, but it's like, let's actually depict a bunch of people, specifically
a bunch of men in a locker room
that are willing to learn that they're wrong and learn and grow from it. And it's not perfect, and they talk a lot about growth isn't linear, like you can grow and then kind of fuck up, which I have something else I want to talk about regarding that. But I think it's like, let's fucking actually show people that can learn from shit and like not be stubborn or not be like, oh, we're men, we can't listen.
We're men.
Yeah.
And I think that's the point of this whole show, is giving people, like, characters like Jamie and Rebecca, giving them, like, love and attention and respect and stuff, gives them, like, the ability to grow, because, you know, I think it's just, the message of the show is obviously just be kind to people, and then those people will hopefully...
Treat people with kindness.
And everyone can grow.
Yeah.
Like my boy Nate.
Okay.
Nate.
Let's talk about Bree's favorite character of all fucking time.
But also
Nate.
Yes.
What's his last name?
What's his last name?
Shelly.
Who is he?
Shelly.
Who's this man?
Who is this man?
My boyfriend.
Comment is
True, Jade.
Wait, what?
Jade is his girlfriend.
He dates Jade.
Oh, true. Oh, I love them.
Me too.
I forgot her name was Jade.
How did we feel about Nathan's arc this season?
I loved it because
Keep going.
I don't even know what I'm gonna say. I loved it because we really went through. We needed a character like that. Like it would have been boring if we didn't have some kind of like conflict.
Yeah.
And his reasons were very like he had trauma. Like I know everyone has trauma, but like they clearly showed that like. I don't know. His dad. And he's the one being like in the press. He's like bullied for being, I don't know, a silly little goose. And he's just so freaking pathetic that like, how can you not feel bad for him and not want like him to have another chance just because he fucked up and wanted like some kind of power. Like he wanted to be like everyone else. Like he was being like, he was kind of the joke. Like, and he's so small.
And like he's not the only one, you know. Like even Jamie, like in season 1 was an asshole.
Yeah, like Jamie was funny. Like you laugh at him being an asshole, but he was an asshole. He was like
and he
such
was
an
rude,
asshole, and we're forgiving him, but we can't forgive my boy Nate Shelley, whose hair got so gray because he was so stressed from being evil. Like he literally went gray for being evil.
Yeah, and he's relatable because I feel the same thing. Like you get all this attention. Like he was getting all the attention from Ted. Yeah. And like rightfully, which was deserved. Like he finally was getting appreciated for the stuff he got. He got promoted at the end of season 1 to be one of the coaches. Like, and then all of a sudden he felt like he was losing that. And I relate to that. Like everyone wants validation. I think we all handle it in different ways. And obviously, like,
anyway,
everyone needs validation. And I get it, like when you start feeling the lack of it, or you start feeling maybe like someone else is being favored, even if it's not necessarily warranted to be upset, because you know, like not everyone can give you 100% attention 100% of the time, and it's not intentional, blah 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 blah. But it's so relatable, and like I don't blame him for lashing out. Obviously, we get mad. We're allowed to be mad. You're allowed to love to hate a character sometimes. And he ripped up that sign, but then he was hiding under the desk.
I know that scene made me.
I will say, yeah, I hear you. I'm reading this book right now, and it's all about owning your shit. Like, no one else is making you feel any type of way. Like, the way that you're making yourself feel is so valid. Like, your feelings are valid. Everyone's feelings are valid. But no one makes you feel anything. Like, that's how you're going to react to the situation. That's how you're going to react, and you need to own that. And I think he did. And I think that the scene between Beard and Nate is the best scene in TV ever. Like,
we got Beard backstory.
Ever. Yeah. Like, one of the best scenes ever.
My dad putting on Ted Lasso when he was
just to watch that scene.
Just to watch that scene, but it was like an hour and a half episode. He's like, we have to just watch
we have to
scene.
get to the scene.
And then we started talking when the scene was on. He's like, we didn't put this on for me to miss this scene.
Mike McFarland is drama.
And Mike McFarland.
Right.
No, but yeah, that's one of the best scenes, I think. That scene, and then the scene when Jamie kicks the soccer ball into the net and it doesn't show. That's what, like, sound use in a show and in movies is, like, so important, and you don't realize how important it is, and it's so, like, minuscule, but it's so big. And I think the sound design that they have, this is a little nerdy, but I think it's, like, so beautifully done. Like, I do. Like, I just think that, like, it's so much more, that was so much more impactful than cutting to the goal. But, like, being able to, it was so well done.
Yeah, we went to art school also.
We did.
Yeah, we did go to art
It's
school.
all about the little things.
So do we think that Nate's redemption, quote unquote, arc, getting back on the team but only being, like, the Kit Man's assistant, do we think that was a good redemption arc?
Yes.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Like, you
gotta work your way back up.
Yeah, like, you fucked up. You have to own that. Like, you have to own that. He's not embarrassed. Like, he's not like, ugh, I have to be the Kit Man's assistant. Like, he's like, I gotta earn this back. Like, I gotta earn respect. I gotta earn trust because I fucked it up.
And his relationship with Jade, like, it just shows that he's, like, a good person. Like, he is, and then he was working at the restaurant, and he was a good person there. Like, he's really
and,
grown,
like,
and
he's
not,
over.
he's not being a little bitch about being kicked back to the bottom. He's just taking responsibility and getting back in with and he got to be part of the Diamond
Dogs again.
Diamond Dogs.
So did Roy.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with it too, and I liked his apology to Will, where he kind of cleaned up the locker room and then gave him a little sprig of lavender. Like, God.
I think it shows, like, the power of accountability.
Yeah, that's, I feel like, another theme on the show, because that was something that was really big with Jamie. Like, when him and Keely broke up, she's like, accountability matters, and you don't own up to shit. And then we know that he's kind of learned from that too, but so is, like, a lot of the characters on the show, like Nate, like, I think Roy, and even, like, some of the other players on the team. Like, I like that lesson too. You gotta, like, own, because to your point, you can control your own feelings, but sometimes you need to own up. Even if you don't do it on purpose, you fuck up and, like,
and
hurt
own
other
that
people's
shit. Like,
feelings.
own that shit. I don't mind that they wrap this show in a bow. It doesn't bother me. I think that, like,
More shows should, to be honest.
yes, and I think that you need a
I just
balance.
love drama.
Yeah.
No, for sure, but that's not this. Like, I think that there's a purpose.
That's why. Yeah.
Right, there's a purpose. Like, the purpose of the show is to be a bow and, like, talk about things that aren't normally talked about and, like, face issues that aren't usually talked about. But it's also happy. Like, I'm happy, and I don't feel like shit. Like, the world's ending, and this makes me not feel sad.
I think each show does serve a purpose like that, because you can leave things open-ended. Like, Brie and I have been watching a lot of shows. We've talked about this, and we'll talk about this. Barry, Succession, where the things don't wrap up. They do wrap up in, like, a really satisfying way.
Shows.
Yeah, but they don't. But it does it in a way that's, like, perfect for the show. I think every show that we've watched has nailed it in the way that the show needs to be nailed. And I feel like this show going too crazy, like being like, let's do a surprise ending where this, and this, like, would be so dumb. And I feel like a lot of shows, I'm trying to think of an example, like, I feel like a lot of people hate How I Met Your Mother and that ending. And I'm sure there's other, like, sitcoms that kind of, I feel like sitcoms are a little easier to end. I feel like I have less gripes when they end. I wouldn't say that this is exactly a sitcom, a comedy.
They just have low seasons, like, where the season's not very good. Like,
yeah,
sitcoms,
for sure.
Yeah.
But, like, I think there are plenty of, I feel like it's been a while since I've been so satisfied by a bunch of endings, and I think whether this is the ending or not, overall, I feel satisfied with it.
Yeah,
What do we think about
Ted's going down. Ted's going down.
Yeah, Ted's downfall.
Oh my god.
He's gonna rise up.
you said, oh my God. Just kidding.
Let him live there.
All right,
He's taking a nap. He's sleeping. He's
tired.
meditating.
He's going down.
He's tired.
If you're listening to this podcast, we had Ted propped up on the TV and he is falling. It's okay. He'll be fine.
Ted Lasso.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, as individual characters, I feel like we gotta talk about them, but as a relationship, Roy and Keely this season.
Roy and Kaylee.
Are we gonna get? Okay. Well, I have something else to talk about.
Is it about Roy and Keely? Or is it about one of them?
It's about both of them and someone else.
Jamie?
Jack.
Okay, yes, talk about Jack.
I have things to say about Jack.
I have things to say about Jack.
I think this is the time.
Okay, so I am gay. And I watched a lot of gay content. And it's really important to me the way that people are displayed, like gay people, especially gay women, are displayed in TV shows. And I know Brie has a lot to say about this about Jack, but for me, like, coming out stories are a big deal. And I think a lot of times they're so traumatic. Like, it's so traumatic. Like, I'm gay and everyone hates me, or I'm gay and I'm being bullied, or I'm gay and it's the 1800s and I'm gonna get stoned to death. With Keely coming out, and then also with Colin.
Yeah, we can talk about that too.
With Keely, like, it wasn't like she had to come out. She didn't have to, like, have this whole experience, like, this whole, like, traumatic, like, everyone's gonna find out I'm gay and it's scary and I'm scared and I'm sad and everyone's sad. Roy just said, I think Keely has a girlfriend, and that was the end of it. And I think that was so touching and satisfying, and, like, everything that my little queer heart needed, because I'm tired. Like, I lived through it. I lived through coming out. I lived through being outed, and, like, it's exhausting having to watch it in TV shows. But seeing Keely just be gay and not have it to be her storyline, like, was so beautiful. And with Colin, I think it was well done that he did have this coming out story, because a lot of times for men, especially in sports teams, there is that. So I think that was realistic. I love the
Colin coming out, and especially to another gay man. Like,
exactly. Yeah. I think they did the queerness so well, and I think a lot of shows don't. And the representation on the show, it was, I would say, close to perfect.
And I would say, like, with the Colin thing, I read, and maybe this isn't true anymore, but it's only been like a month, there are no out people in the Premier League. So I think that was why he was so I think he was like, I don't think anyone will care, but I don't want to become the poster child for being gay.
And like, that's what happens. Like, when a famous person comes out as being gay or queer, like, that's their whole story. I mean, like, the L word, when Dana comes out, like, her whole story is that she's, like, the picture of Subaru. She's the picture of, like, this is who they are. Like, I am gay and that's all. But it's like, I say this all the time, like, being gay is the most interesting about me, but also the least important thing. Like, it's this, like, dichotomy where it's like, this is such a huge part of me, and it's also the smallest part. And that's how it is.
Yeah. I saw something, I'll let everyone talk about everything, but I saw something, because people have controversial opinions about all the little pieces of this, and we'll keep talking about it. People are like, Ted Lasso is the only show that, like, ruined every character except for the gay character, because Colin and Michael, their little moment at the end, where he came onto the field and kissed him. Okay. What do you have to say?
My problem with the Jack storyline is that, like, we don't get much representation in the media, and then, like, you finally do, and, like, I think she, like, especially if she was a lesbian, they brought her in for 2 episodes, and then she was, like, she did a shitty thing, and they made her, like, one of the worst characters on the show in terms of how she acted. And I, like, they could have so easily just, like, I didn't think they were going to be in-game or anything. I didn't, like, but I think they could have just left her as, like, a okay person at least. I don't know. Just, like, or always, like, mean and bad, and, like, I don't know. Like,
lesbians are mean and bad.
Yeah, that's the stereotype.
I think, though, I could be totally wrong. I think that both Keely and Jack are bi, because they were talking about dating men. Which you can date men and still be lesbians, but I guess that we can say they're also unlabeled. Oh, Ted is gone.
Ted is dead.
Ted is dead. But I do have one more thing about Jack. I don't know if anyone else saw this. I didn't see it. Someone pointed out online. When Ted is looking at magazines in the airport, there's a little tiny headline that says, Jack, no longer daddy's girl. So I think she does kind of eventually, it's a tiny little thing. I think one of the things that people have complained about is they try to pack so much into the season.
Yeah.
And maybe if they had a season 4, we could have gotten maybe an actual redemption.
And that's another thing. Like, they didn't have enough time because, like, literally Jack and Keely's relationship lasted 2 episodes. Like, it was 2 episodes, and it was just like, okay, it's in there. But
no,
I don't know. I really did like how they did Keely. Like, they didn't make it a big deal of her being bisexual. They just did it. Yeah. And I like that. There was just that part with Jack. I'm just like, it would be so easy not to make her, like, because they don't make anyone that bad of a character except for Rebecca's husband. Yeah, fuck that guy. But I don't know. That's my opinion.
I think
on
they
Jack.
could have wrapped that
but
up. But
Jack slayed the time.
Their outfits when they went mini golfing.
She's married to Abby, right?
Yes.
Oh,
and they're so cute.
Capital HAWT.
I think so. Jumping off of Keely's stuff, I wish they did more with Keely this season because I feel like she got dumped, she got her nudes leaked, and she lost her company for a second. And again, I feel like if there was more time, I think they were stretched as much as they extended the episodes. They were stretched pretty thin this season. So part of me hopes we'll get more characters for all the characters' sake. But I love her and Rebecca, and I think it's another thing that we kind of lost a little bit this season. But even when we got them, Rebecca helping her build the company back up, I really shout out to Barbara. Keely's coworker.
I love Barbara.
Yes, the snow globe bitch. We
Megan
love her.
hated her.
I hated her for 1 minute, and then she had snow globes, and I was
and you're like,
Barbara for life.
That's so funny.
So I really like that her company's back. They're going to start a women's team, which
was
and
cool.
it's just another great opportunity to include in a spinoff, a Richmond spinoff, maybe with both teams. Yeah, I wish
women's soccer team.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What's going on over there?
I keep knocking my thing off, and I'm sweating, and my leg is falling off the couch. I'm fine.
But yeah, I think overall, more Keely would have been lovely. But what about Roy Kent this season?
Roy Kent.
Roy Kent.
Fuck off.
He's there every fucking where. But I was just gonna say, I feel like they told a really cool story with just Roy self-sabotaging and not being able to accept when things are good, but I feel like they hinted at it for like 9 episodes, and then in those last like few, they were like, okay, let's talk about it. I'm like, we should have been talking about this at the beginning from the whole season. And it obviously people take time. They kind of alluded to him eventually trying to get therapy and stuff, which is great, and it does take time, but I feel like we didn't focus on him enough. We got little like nuggets every so often, like when he kind of mentioned Keely having a girlfriend and that bothering him fucking up and asking Keely about the nudes, like that was a fuck up, but it showed that he's still vulnerable and like not sure how to navigate anything in life. And he became a diamond dog at the end of the season. We love that. Like he had really great moments, and I loved him and Jamie's relationship this season, but again, I think it was stretched too thin, that I would have wanted to delve into that more, but I liked that they did, even in smaller bites.
I think that Roy Kent is a silly goose.
I think Roy Kent is a pretty princess.
A pretty beautiful.
He is a pretty princess.
I think that the
Princess Diaries.
relationship when Roy and Jamie were like, let's just go ask Keely herself, like which one she wants.
Yeah, let's
And then they showed up. No, I liked it a lot.
Oh, you did?
And then they showed up.
The outcome.
Right.
Okay.
Like they showed up and they were like, and it was like, shut the fuck up. Like you don't deserve, neither of you deserve her. Like you don't have the right to her.
I agree with that.
Yeah. And she shut that shit down. She was like, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, that's the part I did like. I didn't like them going.
I don't either, but I think that's realistic. Yeah. It's like 2 men.
That's what Brendan Hunt said that on Reddit. He's like, men are stupid, and that was my point. That was what I wanted to talk about in that like growth isn't linear. Like Jamie grew a lot, but it pissed me off that he went to Keely and apologized for the leak, and then used it to poke fun at Roy. Be like, well, she sent it to me. I hated that because I get like you can fuck up, but I was like, what was the point of that moment with Jamie earlier to then have both of them use their sex lives with Keely to like one up each other? And personally, I don't think they were like, we finally have a show where no one wins in the love triangle. I'm like, I really didn't buy it being a love triangle. Like I thought Jamie was kind of out of it. Yeah. And I would have preferred him and Keely to just be friends. Like I feel like there were moments where you could tell, I mean, he told her he loved her in season 2 and stuff like that. But I wish that was more for Jamie's growth to like grow and move on than them rehash a love triangle that was mostly Keely and Roy all 3 seasons just to make Roy and Jamie fight.
When they had such a good friendship.
Yeah, and it's like, I didn't want that to be a love triangle. I wanted it to be like, okay, now Jamie can go off and do whatever.
I wanted it to be
or a throuple. I'm fine with that. But like, I think I was bothered by it becoming another love triangle when I didn't think that was the trope they were playing. And like, I don't think they were subverting a trope. I think they brought a trope back that didn't need to be brought back just to subvert it. So
Yeah.
That's
to make like a little conflict
opinion.
between them when they were such like they had like Jamie and Roy did the bike scene in Amsterdam.
That's
like they were best
scene.
friends.
I like them as a trio, whether you want it romantically or have them all be friends. And I personally would prefer like Roy, Keely together. That's obviously my opinion. I know people do like Keely and Jamie. People obviously like Roy and Jamie and all three of them.
And all three of them.
I was like, this. I didn't see it like at least in seasons 1 and 2 and most of 3. I was like, it's not a triangle. Like Keely left Jamie, and then it was like her and Roy. And again, my opinion. But I was like, why are we making it a love triangle again?
I think that they made it a love triangle again because I feel like I'm starting an open-ended essay in school. I think like they, like you said, like healing isn't linear, and I think that like when they were done, like when they left, like that closed the book. Like I think that closed the book for both of them, and I think it was like final, and like men are dumb and they do fight over women and they do like do stupid shit where they feel like they have the right over Keely. They have like they're arguing over her and they think that she is a thing to have, to be one. And I think that turned it off. And I think like
now they can move on.
Right. Now it's like, okay, like Keely doesn't want either of you. It's not about you two. It's about her and her growth and her experience as a queer woman now. And and I think like when they're sitting on the bed, you know, they're sitting on Jamie's childhood bed and he walks in and he's like, all right, let's go. That was before they knocked on her door or after.
That was before.
Both of the posters in Jamie's room. That's
right.
That's throuple material.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, fucking is. But I think like it was well done. I don't think it was annoying, and I think it concluded it for me, and I think it like said something about stupid men and the way that they feel entitled to women.
Yeah, I think it was more about ego.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
And now they're like, oh, well, we're so... Because when they close the doors, you're like, we're so stupid. Like, they recognize that they were fucking dumbasses.
I don't know. I'm a Roy and Keely supremacist. I choose to believe that they find their way back to each other, and so does Juno Temple, and that's what matters to me. Keely, the girl's name. Juno Temple's Roy Keely. Yeah. All right, let's talk about Jamie. Just because I need at least 60 seconds for my man, Jamie Tart. I think Jamie has, we've already kind of said this, one of the best character developments on the show. He was a fucking prick.
He was.
And he's still a little prick, but in the best way possible. And I really liked and didn't like some of the things with his parents this season. Like, I loved getting to see Jamie's mom and knowing that he has kind of a good foundation in life, someone who does care about him. But I was kind of... And his stepdad.
Oh, yeah.
I saw someone make a comparison to his stepdad and Ted, and they were like, these are Jamie's two dads. And they were like parallels of each other, and I thought that was so sweet. Oh, God, yes. But I was kind of bummed when... I think you can definitely... The show is all about redemption.
Yeah.
But I don't think you need to redeem everyone.
But so they redeem fucking... shitty ass dad that bully and beats up Jamie.
Yeah, that was kind of
redeem the lesbian. Like, come on.
Yeah, I think that comes down.
Redeem the lesbian, bisexual.
I think that comes down to time, and I'm not defending it. I'm just saying.
I know.
It was like, I don't know. At first I was like, but then I was like, hold on.
I think you can have both, and I think that's what makes it complex. Is that like it's his dad? Like, of course he wants to have his dad in his life, but I think his dad fucking sucked. Like, it wasn't like he was just rude. Like, he abused him.
Yeah.
I support women's rights and women's wrongs.
Yeah.
I think that's a very good point. I think it comes down to the fact that the Jamie story has been 3 seasons long, and they needed to.
Jamie's story is 7.
And I like that as long as it's making Jamie happy. But I do think that like. Yeah, you don't always need to. You can forgive, but you don't have to like forget and move on like from your like an abusive parent.
Something that is realistic is some people don't change.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, which is unfortunate, but like
we're glad he is changing.
Yes,
he's working. But
it could have been an opportunity to be like, yeah, fuck that guy and let's move on. Fuck you, thank you, but fuck you.
That scene was in craziness. When Ted
we were talking about that. Fuck you. Yeah. Fuck you. I told my mom fuck you once.
My mother would beat the shit out of me. She would body slam me. She would WWE, put me over her shoulder, body slam me to the ground. Sorry.
No, totally
Fuck
fine.
you.
But another
Fuck
Jamie
you.
Ted moment where he took Jamie's words to finally tell his mom, because I think that's to wrap freaking Ted Lasso up. That was Ted's trauma, was losing his dad, and the fact that his mom wasn't just tried to push it down. That's why Ted is the way he is. But now it has that crippling anxiety because he's not dealing with this shit. And I love the arc for Ted. I love that he got therapy. We love Sharon and her watching the game at the end. I could cry.
When everyone's watching, I'm thinking about having to do like favorite scene, and it's all of them.
Yeah,
So
we'll talk about it. But yeah, I think
all of them.
a great wrap up for fucking Ted.
and like bringing back all the characters, like it was such a
watching-
big deal. And like compared to season 2, when they lost, they had to lose. Or season 1, they had to lose. Like they had to, and it hurt me, but I knew that they had to. And then in season 3, when they won, they had to win. You know what I mean? And they didn't get first place, like in the whole season thing, whatever, but they still won the game that they wanted to win. And Rupert ate a dick, so moral of the story is...
Yay!
It
They did come in second place, but they still...
No, but they still did what they wanted to do.
Second
It reminds
is the
me
first
of...
to lose.
I'm not
Second
going
is
to
the
talk
best.
text, it'll spoil it for people.
Oh.
But...
Oh, League of Their Own?
Yeah.
All right, everyone put it on.
Yeah.
Oh, should we? On the pod?
We could,
Yeah,
for
we
sure.
should.
Okay.
You gotta watch it.
All right, stay
You gotta
tuned.
watch it.
All right, we're kind of... I don't want it to take
Like 4
too
times.
much more time, but there are 2 people we didn't talk about. Rebecca and Sam. But I feel like Sammy we can talk about really quick.
And Danny.
Danny.
Okay, so once again, I am gay. But the things that I would let that entire soccer team do to me is insane. Like, insane.
Yeah.
Word.
And that's all I have to say about that.
I love Sam. I loved Sam getting to finally play in the Nigerian team. Fuck,
I
what's
love
his name?
Sam.
Edwin Akufo, but we love Sam
that guy.
Richardson, Sam's namesake.
Sam's smile makes my whole day.
Sam and Jamie, I have to shout out my core 2, Sam and Jamie. Anytime they're in the same frame, I'm like,
Sam
Best
and Danny
friend.
get me. Sam and Danny are my core
Yeah.
2. I will
Jamie and
say,
Danny.
Danny smiled too.
Jade and I have argued tremendously on this. I was a Sam and Rebecca supremacist.
I was too. Well, I
was
wasn't
not
a
that
supremacist.
I
was
was
just
a
like,
Sam
okay.
and Rebecca supremacist. I said, I love an age gap. I love a MILF. I love it.
I do.
love
I
it.
like that.
I love it. And then she like gets the green matchbook and like it's this whole thing. And then they're watching that movie.
Sam has that riz.
And he was like, he do. He do be having
my
that.
close personal friend.
When
Toheeb
Sam's
Jamal.
in the wow.
But like, I love how they did that. Like, I did. What are you giggling about?
This is me
Sam.
saying riz every
Oh.
episode. Like I always say riz.
We should have like a Riz award.
Yeah, riz.
my
And I
God.
think Sam gets it. Or Trent Krim.
Yeah,
But let's keep talking.
there's certain
Yeah.
people who have riz, and I can point them out.
I
Yeah.
don't even know what that word means.
I have the riz meter.
Charisma.
Oh.
Charisma.
Oh, charisma.
Anyways,
That was
Sam and Rebecca.
Yeah.
I'm a Sam and Rebecca supremacist / was a Sam and Rebecca supremacist, and then Megan showed me a TikTok, but that's beside the point.
Yeah,
Um,
one
we'll get
TikTok
there.
and everyone
So
left.
Jade and I were ready to battle. I was ready to knock her to the ground
Oh my god.
because she's a Ted and Rebecca supremacist. And I was like, no, it's Sam. Like, it's Sam. And they're watching that movie, and everyone's crying, and, like, they look at each other, and then I was like, fuck, like, it's over. That's when it closed it for me, and, like, the character on the movie they were watching were like, I wanted it to be you. Like, I wanted you to be you so bad, but it's not. And, like, that's how they felt. Like, they knew it wasn't each other, but that it was so fun and, like, exciting and what they needed at the moment. But like I wanted them to be Endgame so freaking bad. But then I saw a TikTok.
Everyone look up Ted Rebecca Deja Vu on Twitter. And if you were not a Ted Becca before,
You are now.
You're about
You
to
are
be.
now.
Yeah.
Even just a smidge.
a midge.
Midge
so,
I do like Sam and Rebecca, but I do think it was like a short-term
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
we're
And,
forgetting
and
someone.
it's still beautiful, you know?
in the
Wait,
riz
what did you say?
factor, and who I ship with Rebecca.
sassy.
The
Amsterdam
Amsterdam honey.
I think Amsterdam Honey has that riz. I loved that. Like, I love that. Like, and she wants a kid.
The psychic
He's wearing
said
a
she'd be a
pilot
mother.
uniform.
A pilot. I forgot
He
about how
has
much pilots
the
have that riz.
And I think
No, I agree.
they would be beautiful
They're
together, and they have a
perfect.
beautiful
They're
family.
perfect. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And he
1,000,000,000%.
was like not toxic at all.
I
Like
agree.
he was.
She needed
such,
that.
Oh,
I
I think Amsterdam
love-
Honey swept in.
Amsterdam Honey is
Wait, was
Endgame.
that real?
Yes.
Or was that Ted's dream?
We think it's real. I think they confirmed that. I think they confirmed everything was real, and that's where I would say one of my gripes is that Ted's not at.
Yeah, the wedding was the most unrealistic.
Yeah.
And they said that it's because sometimes you're not always at your best friend's wedding, and
especially
you can forgive them. And I said, okay.
I don't know if you're at my wedding,
I'll
slit your throat.
Okay. You're not in Italy.
Anyway. The thing is, my wedding is to all of you.
Oh my
We're all collectively having... Yeah, I think...
everyone listening is invited.
I think sister wives are legal in Italy.
All right, cool.
In Italy.
Anyway, I love Rebecca so much. Yes, and I cared so much about her. And I would say that I definitely shipped Ted and Rebecca. I wasn't a huge Ted and Rebecca person. I think, honestly, the Deja Vu edit was what got me like a year ago. So whoever made that, doing the Lord's work.
I will say
they're parallels,
separate from Rebecca's love interest because she's a strong, independent woman who don't need no man.
Yeah, she is a strong woman.
Can I finish talking about Ted Becca, and then we'll just talk about Rebecca. I promise. I think there's so many parallels, so many moments where they could have been a great couple, but I will say that it was always a pairing that I was happy with no matter what, because I think platonic male-female relationships are also so important and so rare. And I think no matter what, like, you're totally valid to ship or just friendship them because they have such a great dynamic, such great chemistry either way. There's a scene where she's telling him to stay. I could cry thinking about it when they're sitting in the stands, like, and then she came to the airport. Like, you can view that however you want. Friendship, he said rom-com, but obviously, and I think in their context, just like they're best friends. Like, they mean so much to each other. They both changed each other's lives immensely. And I love their dynamic. I love Hannah Waddingham and Jason Sudeikis.
They should kiss IRL.
Okay,
wait.
Don't look at me.
That's what Megan
We don't ship real people.
But we should.
Anyway, I think they're so beautiful, and she kept the club. She made it a public. Our boys, Baz and Jeremy and Paul at the pub got a share. Like, I thought that was beautiful. I think Ted and Rebecca, no matter what, had such a beautiful arc throughout the whole show, and I love them. No matter how they come, like, wrapped up in a bow or just besties, like, love them. And I love Rebecca, and I'm glad that she got a happy ending, whether it's with a man or not. I think honestly it was more important, like, I think it was really great. They finally showed a character who couldn't have kids and didn't just magically like, she has a daughter figure. She has Nora in her life, Nora and Sassy. We love them. Not enough Nora this season. But I've watched a lot of shows where you have a female character, One Tree Hill, Brooke. She could not have kids, and she magically has kids, which you happy for the character. That's what they wanted. But it's like, so many women can't have kids, like, naturally, and that's okay. Like, that's normal, and I love that they did that. Mm-hmm. So, fuck yeah.
I think her character development is up there with...
Oh, I got chills from thinking about Rebecca.
Yeah, no, seriously, like, her character development is up there with the other two, because, like, the end of season 1, she was so freaking mad that she lost, not because she wanted the team to win, but because she wanted to beat Rupert. Yeah, and her whole point. The show's over. I gotta say, I think it should be over. Like, really thinking about it.
Let's do a feature film one day.
Seriously. But I think, like, her character development, like, is so beautiful because she did not give a fuck about beating Rupert. She just wanted to be the best version of herself for herself, not to beat her ex-husband. And, like, that's development.
Mm-hmm. Can we get Hannah Waddingham in the pod?
Yeah, what are we doing her on?
I love her and I love Rebecca. The scene where she's doing her power pose and sees her younger self, the actress that played her younger self played the kid. Aww. The pilot, Amsterdam Honey's kid.
That's cute.
I think I might have made that up, but I think so.
I think I made that up.
God, I love Rebecca Welton.
Yes.
Okay. I feel like we covered everything. I feel like, the show did wrap up. Everyone was happy. Everyone had really great... There was so much open. Like, the relationships are open. You can kind of picture it how you want. You can picture the team going where you want. But it also, I think, has plenty of doors open. Like, I would not... I mean, to your point, I think a lot of it did, like, perfectly wrap up, but I would not complain if they gave us more.
I think a movie would be good.
Yeah, something like
that.
Like
a movie in 10 years.
A little wrap up.
Yeah.
5 years.
And then one more shout out to Trent Krim, honestly, the star of the show.
Oh, wait, hold on.
This was his season. His fucking season. Yeah, my Clarice Rinaldi stan. My Dolly Parton stan. My Colin Hughes stan.
I loved their scenes, Colin.
Yes, more I would have loved, but I think we got so much of them that I love. Yeah. Okay. So let's do some quick fire, epic highs and lows of Ted Lasso, since we've been talking for a lot. Yeah. So let's just rapid fire. Favorite characters, mine are Jamie, Sam, Rebecca.
Trent, Danny, Sam.
Danny, Sam, Rebecca. I love them all. I can't.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Rebecca, Nate, Keely.
Yes.
Trent is number 1.
Trent.
Roy.
All right.
Colin.
All of them. Isaac. Like,
Isaac, yeah.
John Moss. That's fucking
What's the one that changed his name?
Van Damme,
Van-
Zorro.
Zava.
Zava.
That's
Okay.
my favorite character.
Fucking Zava.
That was
love
so
it.
He got
cool.
avocados.
What did he say? Oh, a giant avocado at the end.
Zava was just like me for real.
Holy guacamole. All right, least favorite characters, Rupert and Edwin Akufo.
The boyfriend.
The boyfriend, yeah.
Which boyfriend?
Melissa. What's her name? The ex-wife.
Oh, Jacob. Jacob.
Fuck that guy.
Dr. Jacob.
But if you're okay,
Fuck
quick
Dr.
thing. If you're a therapist, like if you're and you date your client, like you're a couples therapist and you
that's
date your
weird.
client, that's fucked.
Yeah.
Jacob's a psycho.
Yeah, I would add that to my list too.
Serial
Also,
killer.
don't send hate to any of the actors. They're actors.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
don't
just a
send
show.
hate to
Yeah.
Nate.
I'm
Do
not
people
saying you
actually do that?
Yes.
People send hate to Nate.
Yeah, he least deserving man of
Yeah.
them all.
In real life?
Yes.
No.
Nick
way.
Muhammad, we fucking love
Yeah,
you.
I love him.
And everyone on the show.
Wait, seriously?
Yes. Isn't
My
that
poor
weird?
people. Everyone on the show, love you.
He had to write something.
Yeah.
Really?
He wrote a little letter.
Who are these people mentally insane? They're like,
Yes.
okay.
Anyway,
anyways.
least favorite character, Jade?
Rupert.
Yeah.
Rupert.
Yeah.
And Ted Lasso.
No,
He fell.
Henry.
Okay,
Listen, I don't hate Ted Lasso. I just think he's annoying sometimes.
okay, let's just all
And Henry.
shout out some favorite moments, least favorite moments. Honestly, let's just
the
stick
net,
to favorite.
the soccer net
The
with
soccer net.
Jamie.
Anything
The scene
Jamie
in the
is-
bedroom.
Jamie wearing Sam's number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I had one.
Yeah.
When they
Oh, the whole Amsterdam episode I really liked.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think my favorite, this is the episodes I wrote down. Amsterdam, Make Rebecca Great Again when they do karaoke and Roy and Keely get together. Amazing episode.
I love that.
I think the funeral episode.
when Sam's restaurant gets fucked up
When all the team
and
shows
all the team
up.
shows up to fix it.
When
Ugh.
Sam stands up to Dubai Air.
Yeah.
And that was the first time Jason Sudeikis liked one of my tweets.
Yeah.
Big ups. Big ups to Phil Dunster and Toheeb Jamil for wishing me luck when I started my job. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Thank you.
My close personal
I'm
friends.
doing great, thank you.
And Mom City, the Jamie and Ted episode.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any other highlights? Sexy Little Baby.
I like Sexy Christmas.
Sexy Christmas.
Yeah.
Least favorite moment when they killed the dog.
Yeah, that's what I was
fuck,
gonna
I
say.
love that episode.
It's a good episode, but the dog, the poor dog.
You liked what?
Oh, I liked when they all had a piece of the Believe poster.
The dance they did for Ted when they choreographed that whole ass dance. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, we might have to make a part 2 of just us talking
The
about.
Shrooms
I know,
episode,
we're going off.
The Shrooms episode where he goes to, they're like Windy City. They're like Cell Block Tango, and they're like what? They're like the Windy City.
Yes,
Favorite
that was.
scenes whenever Nate is being pathetic.
Yeah, poor Nate.
Yeah.
They make me like ill.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Well,
the one where
weird.
he's in the office, the one where there's another one. I feel like that happened in the first episode.
When Rupert's
the
like,
second.
come fuck these
Oh
ladies.
yeah, that was weird.
But then he just went home to Jade.
yeah,
Fucking
exactly. She just went home.
And Nate
He went home
discovered
to
his
Jade.
passion for violin. Okay. And then, would you recommend this show to anyone?
No.
No.
Yes, of course.
In a million years.
Watch this show. It makes me happy. If you're feeling sad, you should watch it. If you're feeling any emotion,
One
feel
time,
it.
I watched this as one of my comfort shows, to your point. One time, Brie walked into the room and was like, what in the mental illness is going on in here? Because she knew something had to be up if I was
What in the
watching.
mental illness is this?
But it is a very good comfort show.
Yeah,
It
there's. I
makes
think
you feel safe.
yes, the show was made for a reason, and I think every show has a reason, and I think the writers know what they're doing. Like I think that they know their place, which sounds terrible, but like you know what I mean. Support the WGA. Thank you.
Yeah.
Everyone
As
would
always.
recommend this. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most unserious, what would you rate this show?
A
I was gonna say 6
11.
too.
6 or a 7?
Oh.
6.5?
11.
It has so
11, it
much
is
heart,
pretty
but then Ted is having a panic attack the next
Right.
minute.
Yeah,
you
it gets a
know?
little deep.
Yeah, let's say
The second
this
season's
show-
very deep.
It is actually pretty deep. Like, even though it's like on the
Ted's dad.
surface, like silly and like comedy, but it is
No, yeah, it's
really
deep.
deep.
Yeah.
When another highlight moment when Roy hugged Jamie in the locker room after his dad fucked him up. Beautiful moment. I shot out of my bed because I was watching
I
it. at night.
shot out of my bed.
So we're saying 7, 6?
I'm at 6.
I'm at 6.
I'm saying 7. 6.5?
6.5.
Okay.
6.25.
That probably is correct.
Yeah.
We love math. All right, to take us home.
Oh, is it?
Bree's prepared a little game.
I have a little game for us.
Shit, I'm nervous.
A game?
I'm gonna win.
Wait, I gotta sing the song. It's game night with Megan and Bree, and Jade and Julia and Megan.
And Jade and Julia.
Oh, I already said Megan. But we're
That's
playing
embarrassing.
Who Said It Ted Lasso edition.
Yes. Who Said It Ted Lasso edition. And so if you guess the quote right, then you get a chance for a bonus point. If you guess the season too. But if you don't, like, you can't just
I'm nervous.
say the season. Like, you can't get the bonus unless you guess the
question
yeah.
right.
Okay?
And are we buzzing in?
Yeah. Everyone do their sound that they're gonna do.
Believe.
Okay, I'll try to my best at making it fair. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're ready.
Number 1.
Wait, she has to read the
I'm
entire
sorry,
thing first, like
sorry.
Jeopardy.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
I feel like a teenage boy. I can't stop staring at them.
Oh my god, this is a good quote.
I feel like a teenage boy. I can't stop staring at them.
Keely?
Yes. What
I
for
know.
a bonus point, what season?
And so because she answered, me and Jade can't do that.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Season. I have 1/3 options. I have one and
If we
three.
know it, can I say it but not for a point?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say season 2.
Season 1, and she's looking at Rebecca on a yacht.
Yes. Season 1. Okay.
That's why people think that Keely's always been bi, because she's made a lot of comments.
Yeah, she
like
always
that.
does that.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. We love her.
Yeah. Okay. 2. There's 2 buttons I never like to hit. That's panic and snooze.
Believe.
Megan?
Ted.
Yes.
Okay. Season 2?
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember when, but I can visualize it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 3. To do both of those things, to do both of those at the same time, the human body is truly amazing.
I know what this is. To do both of those things at the same time. Believe. Sam.
Read it again.
To do both of those
Okay.
at the same time, the human body is
Is she
truly
allowed
amazing.
to go again?
No.
I don't think so.
You-
Maybe unless everyone else guesses.
Yeah, you have to guess.
Okay.
I think I know, but
You get a chance.
Beard?
Mm,
come on, Jade, you got this.
Um,
You know. Jade, look me in the eye.
Can you say it again?
yeah. To do both of those at the same time, the human body is truly amazing.
Jade, you got this.
Boop.
Okay.
Jade.
Jamie?
Jade?
Is it?
Do I say it?
I won't get a point. Is it Danny?
Yes.
It is Danny.
Danny.
What is the context?
Yeah.
Someone's
It's in
throwing.
season 1.
Someone's throwing up and like pooping. I think it might have been
Yeah.
Sam who that happened to. Like it was the players. Like they were on the field talking about it.
Yeah.
The human body is truly,
Truly
amazing.
Okay.
That was good.
Ready?
These are good,
Get
Bree.
ready.
I'm really proud of you. You're doing
I'm ready.
amazing.
Ready?
This better be what I think it is.
Fuck yeah, Princess Diaries.
Believe. Roy. Season 3.
Yes.
Fuck
I
yeah,
remember
Princess
that.
Diaries.
Yes.
That's what they were talking about. With
Julie
the face,
Andrews.
yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. God, this place is so posh. Feel like I'm not supposed to be here.
Gosh, this place is so posh. I feel like I'm not supposed to be here.
Jamie?
Mm,
Or Keely?
mm.
God, this place is so posh. I feel like I'm not supposed to be here. You said Jamie and Keely.
There's so many characters.
There is so many characters. I have no idea.
Should I say it?
Yeah.
It's Nate. It's Nate.
Where were they?
Season 2.
Okay.
I think the restaurant.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Honestly, it doesn't even hurt anymore. But everyone was making such a fuss, I thought I should stay down.
Believe. Sam.
Yes.
Season 1.
Yes. I like that one.
I just saw a clip where they were playing Who Said It, and Toheeb was reading that one, and he was like, that was me.
That was me.
And Roy was the one helping him get up, and he was like, I'm fine.
All right. Oh, please. The Eiffel Tower is just a lamppost with a publicist. Who was it?
Go for it. Rebecca.
Yes.
Yes.
Season 3?
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Princess Diaries.
Yeah, Princess Diaries. Fuck yeah, Princess Diaries. Okay. I'm sort of famous for being almost famous.
Oop. Roy?
Keely?
Yes.
Yeah.
Season 1?
Yes.
Did you hear me say one? No, give it to her.
I'm a cheater through and through.
Yeah.
I'm a cheater. I mean, you have 3. You only have 3. You have a good chance.
Yeah. In the great Asian pastime of karaoke.
I like that. Well, I'm sort of famous for being almost famous. Okay. Old people are so wise. They're like tall Yodas.
Believe. Jamie.
He's so dumb.
Well, yeah, you're right. We love a himbo. Okay, what season was that? 2?
Yes.
Nice. They're like tiny Yodas.
Tall.
Okay,
Yodas.
get ready.
Thank you.
Well, more like sleep, or more like drink, sleep, fuck.
Believe. Rebecca.
Yes.
Yeah.
Season 3.
Oh, eat, sleep, eat.
Eat, pray, love.
That
or
was
like
in the last episode.
sleep, eat, fuck, something like that.
Funny.
Yeah, good one.
Eat, pray, love.
And they said,
They giggled.
They chuckled and they had a laugh. The last laugh they ever had because they're never going to see each other again.
Died in a plane crash on the way back to
Fucking abandoned
Kansas.
her.
On the way to Kansas.
He's the guy in the cabin in
Oh my god, in Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets.
Oh my god.
This is how Yellow Jackets starts. This is actually a prequel to Yellow Jackets.
somehow, but it's like time reverse. It's like dark.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose the best brand is being yourself.
Believe. Higgins.
Is that?
Leslie Higgins.
Yes. I'm like, I don't know his last name. What season?
2.
Yes.
He's talking to Rebecca because she's on banter with Sam. Your favorite movie's Ratatouille.
Right to it. Okay, this is the last one. I need you all to step up.
Oh, okay.
Everyone get ready. It's the last one. You'll
I know
never
what it
guess
is.
what
I
it
know what
is.
it
Oh my god.
Football is life.
Danny Ross. Danny.
Every season.
Every season, football is life.
Give that to both of them.
Yeah, honestly.
Except for the one episode where he's like,
Football is death.
Yeah, I didn't get a Trent Prim quote.
Football is life, but football
I
is
thought
also
I
death.
had a Trent
Which
quote in
Did you
here.
skip one?
No.
Damn.
Wait. I swear I put one
That's
in here.
homophobic.
I know. That's kind of awkward. I think, I don't know. I was trying to do mostly quotes that weren't like so obvious.
Yeah.
And a lot of Trents are like, you know them.
Yeah.
Like, because
It's
he's
just a
so
fucking
iconic.
joke.
Everything he says, you just know.
Trent Prim is my favorite character.
Yeah.
So good. Trent Krim, the independent baby.
Trent Krim.
That was
Okay,
really
well,
great.
Megan won.
That's homophobic.
That's
In
homophobic.
my Pride Month, you're gonna let the breeder win?
What the fuck? What the fuck? That's unhinged. That's so unhinged.
This is my
It's
show.
okay.
My comfort.
That was
zone.
pretty good. I think you all did amazing.
I've rewatched this show. I should say I've watched the show
that's the
over
thing.
and over because I watched
Yeah,
it
this
with
is-
people. I watched it with Bria. I watched it with my family.
The thing is, before this even started, I was like, you want me to beat this bitch who can name the exact minute
the
someone
minute
says
it happened
something?
and what happened.
I was like, this is a parallel to season 1, episode 10, The Hope That Kills You, when Jamie is getting beat up by his dad and Ted looks through the window.
I don't
and
even
season,
know that. I just wrote some
season
quotes
3,
down.
episode
Is that
11.
what you're talking about?
Were those good quotes?
What
Those
in
were
the middle
great.
of this?
Okay.
They were great quotes.
they weren't too obvious, but they were also like,
Yeah, but like they had. A
They
little-
weren't like,
I feel like if
what
I
the
did
fuck?
more of a delivery, it would have been better. But you know what? You're gonna.
It's okay.
Do some
It's like
accents.
Danny.
They're like,
Like
tall
all of them have
Yodas.
such specific like ways they like say
Yeah.
stuff. Like Jamie.
Yeah. What's hilarious is half of them don't have the accents they have.
Yeah,
Like, he does
they're
not
all-
have a Mancunian accent. I feel like Keely or Juno Temple's accent is not as strong.
Jamie's not real.
Brett Goldstein does not sound as hoarse.
Coupe.
Bleh.
Bay.
Ah, well, that was
Fuck
so...
off.
Fuck off. Okay, different joke.
Sorry.
That sounded like Logan Roy.
Fuck off.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for coming.
This was fun. I couldn't
Lasso.
wait to talk about this. This
I
isn't
know.
one of my top 3 shows.
I think it's gonna be one of my favorite shows for life. I love a good comfort show. I love a good Parks and Rec-esque vibe. And I'm really glad we got to all talk about this together. It's so
we
fun.
Finally got to talk about it.
Yeah, we've had to reschedule. Shout out to fucking Apple TV for playing it 3 hours
Apple
later.
TV, hate crime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hate mail.
Hate crime.
We waited
crime, Apple TV.
extra hours and had to wait a week and a half to record this.
I stole chairs.
Okay.
That was so good.
Where are they? That was a rough
That day was cursed.
They're in the
It was
kitchen.
a cursed day, and our Apple TV kept freezing. God, but we were happy.
But
We're
we
having
made it through.
Hate mail to
shout
Apple
out to
TV.
Ted doing the dance with the team that he did in the pilot with his team from back home. Insane. The show's criminally insane. I could talk about it for hours, but I'm glad that we talked about it for 1 hour.
In 4 minutes.
In 4 minutes with my besties. Biscuits with the besties for life.
Oh yeah, biscuits. Look how cute.
Yeah, if you can't see, I got everyone little store-bought biscuits in a pink box.
So cute. By scratch.
Subscribe, like us, follow us on all the things because maybe we'll make biscuits one day and post about it.
And follow us on TikTok at unseriesous to see some Ted Lasso filters.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We have those, right?
We do. We have so much content. And stick around because next week we are going to be talking about The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which who knows what happens during that episode. One. Certainly nothing crazy.
Nothing happened.
Okay. Love you guys.
This was Unserious with Jade and Julia.
So true.
Thanks for having us.
Football is life.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do another show. I love doing it with people.
Listen, I'll come on a show that I've never watched.
Okay.
Can we do an episode on Family Feud?
What?
I mean, honestly,
should we do one on the lesbian ultimatum?
Probably.
All right. Well,
football is life.
Football is life. Oh, what's the song? Oh, there's no song.
Hey, this might be all that you get.
I totally forgot about the theme song.
This might well be it. They were telling us in the theme song that this is all you're gonna get.
No, you're not your home.
What? All right, that's enough of that.
Thanks for listening to our podcast.
Remember to rate, follow, and share with friends.
And find us on TikTok and Instagram at unseriesous to see more content and find out what we're watching next.
We hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye!